Hi everyone. Welcome to another stream with me, Shruti Kapoor. Thanks everybody for saying hello in the chat. I see you all. Thank you for being here. Today's episode is going to be a really fun one because today we're reviewing resumes. This is part of the second part of the workshop that I am doing to help people who are looking for jobs and to help those who have been laid off. So if that applies to you and you want help with your resume, you can send that in our Discord. Let me see if this link is the right one. Hold on. Let me send it in chat. Bentley, Shruti Discord. Some of you have already sent your resumes, so thank you so much for sending your resumes. I will be taking a look at them today. We're gonna go on for an hour, and I have two resumes already, so I'm gonna take a look at them. One thing that I want you to remember, your voice is very low. Oh, thanks for telling me. Hold on, let me crank it up. Hopefully that's better. Let me also check my input volume. Oh my god, you're right. This is pretty low. How's this? Is that better or is that too loud? Let me turn this down just a little bit so it's not too loud. Hopefully that's good. So, oh, thank you, Aziz. So one thing that I always let people know when you're looking for a job is that even though you're applying for like hundreds of jobs at the same time, and there's like the process is pretty overwhelming, it still pays off to tailor your resume to the job that you're applying. And the reason is, let's say, so yesterday I was reviewing somebody's like somebody's application, and they had applied to this job at Audi, and the first requirement the job posting said is you must be really good at Python. And when I looked at their resume, even though they had listed that Python is one of the skills they know, but and nowhere in their experience was it mentioned where they've learned Python and what have they built with it. So as a hiring manager or recruiter, I know that you probably know Python, but I don't know when did you use it, right? So it doesn't show me proof of you using it. So then that kind of looks like, you probably learned maybe like in a project and you are not very good at it. So what I suggested them is that you move some of your stuff around so that the Python project is actually one of the main things that they see, right? And just remember that if they have a requirement like that, like you need to have TypeScript, you need to have JavaScript, that stuff is highlighted really well in your resume. So therefore, tailoring your resume to the job posting really, really helps. Okay, I'm gonna open, I have resumes from Zahed Mushtaq. If you're in the chat, please say hello. I think Zahed was in Discord. Yes, Zahed was in Discord. And I also have resume of Shankar Yeragunta. So if either of you are in the chat, oh, hey Zahed. Cool. Okay, I love that you're here. We're going to get started with your resume first. Let me share my screen. And if there is a LinkedIn job posting that you would like to kind of apply a target for, then you can send that as well. I don't have access to send my resume. Lucky, you can send your resume on Discord. The link is shared in the chat. Let me also pin this message. Send your resumes to bit.ly. Shruti Discord. And then pin this message. Cool. Alrighty. Okay, let's get started. So if you have a LinkedIn job posting that you want me to take a look at, maybe send me that. Otherwise, I'm just going to give you general advice. Detail-oriented front-end developer with 2+ years. I'm actually going to move this here. Experience in building responsive, ascendable web application. What is ascendable? Does it mean accessible? Web applications focusing on performance, accessibility, and modern JavaScript frameworks, including React and Next.js. Cool. Technical skills. All right, front-end developer. Confab is an AI-powered, all-in-one event management platform for seamless ticketing. You don't need to write what this platform is about. You can straight away get into what you did. And the reason is this is like prime real estate, right? Like this is where the first thing that a person would see when they glance at this resume. So you want to make sure that everything that you write here is about you. And then front-end developer can also move on the same line. Okay. Develop multiple responsive web apps, A small for apps and UI features using Next.js, React.js, and Bootstrap to improve user experience and application performance. Collaborate with the backend teams to integrate. Okay, what's your level? Front-end developer. I would also like to see like software engineer 2, 3, something like that. That just makes it easier to one, get picked up, but also know what seniority level you're at. Okay, collaborate with backend teams, ensuring seamless data communication. Cool. Contributed to multiple SaaS applications. Nice. Optimizing performance and ensuring cross-border browser compatibility. Participated in code reviews, contributed reusable components, and adhered to coding standards to maintain code quality. Cool. Okay. This is all good. One thing that this is really well, like one thing that's really well done is you are telling what you did. But what I did not see is what is the impact you made. So you wanna share what you did, but at the same time also share what impact you made, right? For example, develop multiple responsive web apps. How many? You want to say how many, right? And Bootstrap to improve user experience and application performance. By how much, right? So you should write that. Also, it needs a period here. Collaborate with backend teams to integrate RESTful APIs, ensuring seamless data communication and real-time dynamic content updates. That's cool. I would move the engineering stuff next to like together, and then like collaboration stuff. It's my 10th time I've changed my resume. Tell me about it. It's a never-ending process. But it seems like you worked there for a long time, right? So I would love to see more engineering stuff, like sort of, you did say responsive web applications, but like what did you lead? I'm sure in the 2 years that you worked there, you probably led some projects, you independently developed something. So I would like to see that in here. I would like to see the impact you made. I want to know that you are not just somebody who gets a ticket and is like a good and just focuses on that, but rather you're somebody who takes initiative. Yeah, so if you have 2 junior under you, I would definitely love to see that. So you can say mentored so many people, or led so many people, or led the development of this project. That kind of stuff you definitely want to write. I think Satyam, I have your resume here. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Developed eCard, a full stack platform with secure authentication and seamless Razorpay payment integration. Really cool stuff. I like, if you don't have any, I would either like make this single line or maybe fill up this white space with something else. Like maybe add impact something, develop led something, but I don't want to see white space here. This project I've created recently. Cool. Yeah, which is great. Like, it's great that you've already shown your projects here, which is awesome. So I would like to see, like, how did you build this user authentication? Which library did you use? I'm guessing that's Razorpay. Built responsive user and admin dashboards for managing products, orders, users, and viewing analytics efficiently. Cool. I implemented Cloudinary for optimized image uploads and reader-based API rate limiting for enhanced performance and security. Okay, here as well, I want to see I want to see it. I want to see the impact first, right? So I would like to see optimized image uploads by using something from Cloudinary and implemented reader-based and implemented rate limiting for enhanced performance by using readers. Is it Redis or Redis? I don't know. I just call it Redis. Ensured mobile first design with a clean, intuitive interface using Tailwind CSS and Shadsi and UI components. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, this is great. So maybe like move words a little bit around and add a little bit more detail so it shows what you built and then shows the impact that you made. Auth was done in backend. I was new to BE stacks. Cool. Okay, build trimmer. You don't need to bold them. Also, it doesn't show your location. Is that intentional? Okay. This font. Oh shit! What the fuck? Whoa, that did not look nice. I think I clicked on this. Oh yeah, you don't want to add. You don't want to add like links to this. Maybe link here is fine. Like you can say link and then add that, but don't add link to the text itself. Also, the font size of this and this is the same. So the job posting should have a bigger font than this. So maybe you can remove the bold from here or make this italic. Remove the bold and make this italic. And this is great. Built trimmer. So this is something that you did by yourself, right? So I would write like independently built. Designed a responsive. And then if you are using this, so it says enable users to create. How many users do you have? That would be great to write. Thank you, Apon. Implemented backend with Superbase for data storage and user authentication, ensuring reliable and scalable performance. Again, I would like to see like how many people, how many users are you handling? Pinak, oh my god, how long has it been? How are you? Delivered a fully responsive, optimized for desktop and mobile. So it says delivered a fully mobile responsive app, but where did you deliver this? Like, is it a project for somebody? Or did you deploy it? Currently only me and my friend. That's fine. Like, it's a hobby project, right? So you can say like self-learned. Filmpire. AI-powered movie app with user authentication. Again, like the white spaces, I would just get rid of them, right? There's some white spaces here. That just wastes space. Same as here. AI-powered movie app with user authentication, dark mode and dynamic movie filtering by categories and genre. Build features for viewing detailed information about movies and actors, plus adding movies to favorites or watch list. So this is also features. I would move them up here. Integrating Alan AI as an in-app voice assistant to enable conversational user experience and voice control, design responsive UI with your actors. Cool. Okay, so looks like this is all sort of like personal projects. So I would change this to personal projects or side projects. This shows that you have taken initiative, which is really cool. You did mention tech stack here, so I would like to see tech stack in all of them. And then this stuff is like AI powered, so I would really highlight the AI stuff here. Like whatever you used. Whatever you use from this model, I would highlight that. Where to share resume on Discord? You can share it in the general chat. But overall, great resume. The only thing I would say is that you need to add impact to everything that you've done. And you can remove this bold. And this is probably accessible. I don't know what is ascendable. I don't have space. You do have space. You can actually move some of the stuff around. And then profile stuff, you can actually just remove. especially if you're applying in the US. You can just remove that. Technical skills as well, you don't need to show that because you're already showing that here. So you can make your projects longer and then you can make your experience longer, because that is the main stuff, right? You want to talk more about the stuff that matters. Okay, overall, I think great resume. You like really did well in this, talking about what you've done, and then I really like that you've highlighted what tech stack you have. Keep adding those here as well, and add your impact as well. I do want to see numbers here, quantifiable stuff. Okay, cool. Thank you, Zahed, for submitting your resume. I hope that was helpful. And now we have Shankar. Is Shankar in the chat? Okay. Oh, hey Shankar. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for submitting your resume. Let's take a look at this. Okay. So you are at software engineer, front-end engineer. Okay. What level are you on? I think you probably shared that. There should be a space in July 2023, 2022. This is a 2-page resume, so I would move this down to 1 page. Okay, let's talk about this. I think the font is a little bit hard to see for me. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I think font size can be changed. You have a lot of white space here, so you can move this up a little, and then you can remove some of these job postings that are kind of older, like 2018. You can probably get rid of, maybe decrease the number of bullet points in here, so you can decrease it down to 1 page. And then same here, like you've got this remote here and software engineer that's taking up a whole space. You can just like move it up here. But okay, let's go. Some really impressive experience. So let's take a look. Delta Dental. Collaborating as a core team member to enhance and maintain critical reusable component library, ensuring consistency and efficiency across enterprise applications. Developed and integrated robust authentication and authorization libraries. Significantly use strengthening application security protocols and user access management. I'm guessing these libraries are inbuilt, and if they are not, like I would like to see which stack this is, like which library is this. If it's not, you can mention which one is this. If it is, then you can say like internal libraries, internal authentication or authorization libraries. Design and implement user-friendly security, admin UI, streamlining administrative workflows, and improving overall security posture. Extra period here. Ensured all UI development met stringent Section 508 compliance stringent and standards, enhancing accessibility for diverse user groups. What is this? Section 508 compliance standards. Oh, is that an accessibility? Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called. So what I would do is, I don't think Section 508 is a common term for accessibility. I would say MET AA or AAA, whichever you did. You probably did AA. So I would write MET AA standards for accessibility for diverse user groups. Okay, so I would talk about what you did, right? Like it says UI met stringent this, but like how did you do that? You probably built accessible web applications by ensuring it had ARIAL labels, it had focus, it had keyboard accessibility. So what I would write all of that. I would describe it. Design and implement user-friendly security, admin UI, streamlining administrative flows, and improving overall security posture. I would also add the impact that you drove here. And same with here. And then you're creating a reusable component library. How many people are using that? I'd like to see that. It needs a space here. And then this remote and stuff can move in one line. I think it needs a space in between this as well, after user groups. Okay, led engineering effort to successfully launch internal sales services. I think I is lowercase here. There's an extra space. Services enabling worldwide consumers to access Microsoft hardware products. Okay, this is really great. You said enabling worldwide consumers. I would like to see how many, like millions, how many people. Resolve urgent incidents with contingency plans. Okay, this is really great. I would also like to see in how many days and how many minutes within with an SLA of whatever that may be. And effective with contingency plans, domain expertise, and effective communication with stakeholders. And I'm guessing you probably led some postmortems as well after that. So I would write those as well. And then you probably collaborated with other teams. So I would like to see that as well. Spearheaded the architecture and design for Microsoft consumer products, expanding the range of customer support. This is really cool. I would like to see more about this. What else did you do? Like this sounds really cool, but I want to say like more on what does that mean? Who's using it? Reduce page load times by 30% by optimizing front-end code and implementing performance best practices. That's amazing that you wrote the number upfront. That's great. Integrated RESTful APIs and worked with Azure services to enhance application functionality. Cool. Okay, so one thing that I would recommend is add a tech stack bullet here and then move all of this stuff right in here and tell people like what tech stack you use. That way you don't need to write all of this separately, but also it highlights what you used while you're talking about it. RESTful APIs and worked with Azure services to enhance application functionality. So I want to see what is this application functionality, right? It says worked with Azure services. I'm guessing you integrated Azure services to enhance application functionality. So I would like, if you can talk about it, like what is that functionality? So it could be like user management, I don't know, whatever that may be. Because right now it kind of sounds vague. Okay, needs a space here. US Bank, work as a software engineer for US Bank, returns. You don't need to write this. Initiative to introduce mandatory returns information for all listings, built new UI components for a new policy settings page. Okay, I would just get rid of all of this and just start with this. Built new UI components for new policy settings page, active for 7.4 million active users. U doesn't need to be capital. Design API and develop UI components to migrate 2.03 million users. That's amazing. You can say migrated 2.303 million users by designing API and develop UI components from manually defined transit time to US Bank, S Capital, manage transit time and a key initiative decrease. Okay, what? Design the API and develop UI components to migrate 2.03 million from manually defined transit time to US Bank managed transit time and a key initiative decrease estimated delivery time. Oh, cool. Okay, that's right. Awesome. I would just rephrase this. Okay, this is a really impressive point, but the cool stuff is kind of buried down deep. So I would move. I would first move migrated 2.03 million users to decrease estimated delivery time. Or like in a key initiative decrease the estimated delivery time by manually by like manually defined transit time. Wait, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So I would say migrate 2.03 users in a key initiative by designing API and developing UI components that help to move manually defined transit time to US Bank managed transit time. Like that. Spearheaded the generation. Okay, you're using spearheaded here as well. You don't need to use it again. The generation exploration of datasets in BigQuery to minimize the estimated delivery date. You can probably use something else like LED or like, I don't know, something like that. Estimated delivery date, enabling data-driven decisions across product, engineering, analytics, exploration. Cool, that's awesome. Mentored multiple interns. And new hires and service for US Bank wide. Nice, awesome. Commonwealth of PA, front-end engineer, use microservices architecture with Spring Boot-based services and directing through a combination of REST and Spring Boot, engage in best practices. This is not as impressive, so I would just remove this. I think these three are really impressive, so just keep them. And then, so does one of the core UI experience. Close with your, no, yeah, this is cool. I would actually just remove the last two because it seems your first three experiences are pretty impressive. I would add a project section here if you do have any projects. Otherwise, what I would do is I would just like reduce this down into one page. I think there's you don't need to have multiple pages here, especially if you're applying in the US. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, who do we have next? Also, if you're in the chat and you want to get your resume approved or resume reviewed, please send it in Discord. The link is pinned up in the chat and you can send it in the general chat. Meanwhile, let me move this curtain a bit because I've got sun in my eyes. Oh shit. Oh, much better. Best site to make resume. I don't know best site. Also refrain from sending your same message again and again. It's spammy. I don't know the best site. I just build in Pages. I don't know if anybody else in the chat has used the site. Hi, Train Blog. Okay, let me see what the chat has been saying. I'm working from home today, so got a chance to catch ya. I do have a question for you, though. I've been meaning to ask in Discord, but I keep forgetting. Yeah, go ahead and ask it. Because Discord invite invalid. Oh, is it? Let me see. It should work. Bitly, Shruti Discord. Should work. Is it working for anybody else? Yeah, I think it should work. Pages is a Mac app. It's like Microsoft Word. Overleaf is cool. Oh yeah, Overleaf. Yes, it's working. Okay, cool. Thank you. Vidya, I have one doubt. Shall I create two resumes? One when applying for Indian company, other for outside? Any suggestions? Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea, especially if you're applying outside, because typically they ask for like 1-page resume. The format is a little bit different. On which channel should I share my resume? You can share it in the general chat. I should have created a new channel called Resumes. Maybe next time. By the way, this is something that we continuously do. We in our Discord, we host interview preparation events. We host events like this, which is resume review. We one of our community members, Aziz, actually leads this discussion by sharing a job description with you, and then you can tailor your resume according to that job description, and then we give you feedback on how to improve your resume. So if you want something like that, if you want to attend an event like that, come and join us on our Discord. That's a great event. People have found really good use out of it. And these events are completely free as of now. Okay. Let me see. Oh yeah, general chat. Okay. So let me see who's next. Lucky Rathor. Okay. Wait. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. First of all, this is very hard to see. I think it's because of all of the bolds in here, so you can remove that. Okay, I to Delhi. Oh, smart guy in our chat. Okay, but yeah, there's a lot of like, I think ChatGPT does this, right? Like, it'll give you these sentences with bold everywhere. It's very hard to see this. I think you have also justified your content, so the spacing is pretty weird. So maybe like unjustify it, just left align it, and make sure you have periods here because it doesn't have any periods. I think the formatting needs a bit of work. You can move the academic qualifications at the bottom here, and keep the experience at the top. Okay, software developer Prozo AI, June 2025 to present. Architect and deployed a single sign-on for 2 applications utilizing WorkOS for FGA logic. Develop frontend for ATS platform with React, TypeScript, implementing scalable and efficient workflows. Designed optimized data tables with lazy loading and virtualization, smoothly handling 10K entries. Build secure authentication with Firebase using access refresh tokens for reliable session management. Enhance performance with Lighthouse audits and React Profiler, reducing unnecessary redness by 80%. That's great. All of this is great. Like you've mentioned you mentioned the numbers. You mentioned you did what by and like reduced what by what. Architected is a great word. Develop front-end of ATS platform. I also want to see if you independently developed this or if you worked on a team. Design optimized data tables with lazy loading and virtualization. It's great that you talk about how did you like optimize it. So that's great. Build secure, cool. Just like I think formatting needs to improve overall. Otherwise, this is great. I also, like I mentioned to the other person, you also want to add like a text stack at the bottom so it's easy to see, and then you can get rid of these bold messages, these bold text. Should I add my photo to in my resume to apply for jobs in the US? No. You can also have a MOC section as well in Discord. What is MOC? Ma'am, can you please about the front end machine rounds? Machine rounds? What? Can ma'am take the resume from Google Form response shared on Discord? Oh, hold on. Okay, I'll do that after this one. Software developer intern, Drona, educational game startup, built React portal to streamline workflows, automating key operations and boosting team efficiency by 30%. What do you mean by React portal? Developed REST APIs and turned SQL queries, reducing average query execution time by over 70%. So React portal is like a specific thing in React. Is that what you used? Or did you use something else? Develop REST APIs and tune SQL queries, reducing average execution time over by 9. That's good to see. Implemented scalable notification system and using Firebase Cloud Messaging and Google Cloud Tasks for reliability. Automated backend pipelines with cron jobs, integrated GCP storage, fast and secure image handling. Great. No, I created an internal app. Oh, okay. So then I would say that because React portal is a specific thing in React, so it's kind of confusing. So you can say build an internal React app to streamline workflows, automating key workflows. Founding engineer, ZenMind, IIT-based mental health startup, led full stack development of MVP, serving 200 plus student users during pilot. That's amazing. Actually, you could just move this up here as well. Like you have a lot of numbers in here. you can try moving some of these numbers in here. Like for example, this one. You can say reduce average execution time by 70% by developing REST APIs and tuning SQL queries. Build AI chatbot with sentiment analysis and crisis detection, delivering 24/7 support and handling 1K messages. That's amazing. Develop counselor matching system with using embeddings, facilitating 17%. 15% counseling sessions with 8 experts deployed on just okay, cool. Yeah, so like this is all great. I love that you have stats in here as well. You're doing everything really well. Maybe add a tech stack here and you can move all of this stuff in the tech stack and then remove these both. Okay. Achievements. I would actually move major projects before achievements. And then achievements instead of achievement. National finalist in American Expert Data Analyst Competition competing against IIT students. Also put down the year. Solved over 350 related code problems strengthening DS. You don't need to write that. Major projects, multiplayer, chess application, full stack project, code. Okay, built real multiplayer chess app with React Node.js WebSockets, enabling smooth, low latency gameplay. Develop backend rules engines and front end validation, ensuring accurate move handling and fair play. Engineered scalable WebSocket server, supporting multiple concurrent matches with ultra low latency. Designed responsive UI with Tailwind CSS managed by Redux. Cool. Build a social media backend with Node.js Express Prisma. Implement authentication role-based access. Nice. Optimize database queries with indexing, reducing request latency. Design a modular API architecture. Advanced Othello game engine. This needs a little bit spacing in here. This is good, but this feels too tight. Develop Othello game engine, implemented alpha, beta, pruning, cutting. Cool. Yeah, very nice. Great resume, impressive skills. Just needs a little bit more formatting, a little bit more moving things around, like maybe move stats up in here. Otherwise, really great. And you can move the achievement section at the bottom. And same with the academic stuff. Okay. No, I don't have prior experience, but I'm eager to build and showcase strong projects. I'm currently focused on React and would love suggestions for impactful resume-worthy projects for SD1. You can build anything that you like. Like, for example, in one of my crash courses, I show you how to build Netflix. Netflix is such a complicated site. You can do so much with it. This is the video. Even if you start with this is a crash course. Even if you start with this and then keep improving and adding new features to it, you have built a really cool project. Hold on, let me share this. Netflix app. Can you please guide about front-end development practical round? Oh, you mean like coding round? Actually, I have a video for that. React interview questions. I've got videos in here, React interview questions here. And there's also this mock and front-end interview questions, which you can check out as well. Plus, I have a whole list of interview questions. This one, 31 days of JavaScript interview questions. So I have some resources on the channel. Okay. Let's see who's next. I got 15 minutes. So where is this form? Hold on. I like your video. I'm also a front-end developer, so give a guided line how to crack the interview. Why every video in red t-shirt? Thanks for your valuable time. You got it. No problem. Thank you for submitting your resume. Give a guideline how to crack the interview. I actually, hold on. I think I did a resume thing yesterday. No, not a resume thing, like a mock interview yesterday. So go check that out. It was a live as well. It's this one, front-end interview prep. I should change this. So check that out. I'll make a whole video talking about interview prep and how to approach interviews and how to apply for interviews if you want. So just let me know yes in the chat and I'll make that video. I've been thinking of making that video. So just let me know. Resume for review. Okay. Okay, Satyam, let's take a look at yours. Wait. Okay. There's some problem with fonts, with like commas here. Inconsistent comma spacing. And it needs a space here. Also, the formatting is very weird. So okay, first of all, like remove these dashes. Use this same bullets as here. Founding front-end engineer, you can move this. Like the tabbing is also weird here. The tab is here and then it's here. I think formatting is kind of weird. Again, like a lot of bolds. Remove the bolds. You can just keep this and then remove the bolds. Is there any website for backend prep like Great Front? Yeah, like Lead Code. I don't know if there's anything else. Train blog, yes. Okay, thank you, Train blog. Thanks for saying that you need the resume video. Thank you so much, Shruti, for reviewing my resume. You got it. Okay, so back to this resume. Satyam, like there's a lot of like formatting problem. So fix that. Founding front-end engineer. This can go up here. Same with this. Joined as a founding engineer at my pickup. You don't need to write that. Startup offering subscription base. You don't need to write this. Let the development of user-facing write booking dashboard using React.js and Tailwind CSS, increasing booking efficiency by 35% and reducing user drop-off by 25%. Okay. So this is cool that you added the stats here, but it feels like the stat doesn't go in this line, right? Because you said let the development of user-facing write booking dashboard using React.js and Tailwind CSS. If you increase the booking efficiency and reduce user drop-off, I want to see how. Is it because you implemented the new design? Is it because you added some optimization techniques? Like what was that caused this booking efficiency? I would like to see that. Integrated Firebase for real-time authentication, write history data sync, showing 99% uptime and seamless user access. That's awesome. Consumer managed RESTful API. I would say convert this to integrated RESTful APIs for write availability and managed. When you say managed, did you develop the API as well and did you maintain the API? So then in that case, I would say integrated and maintained. For write availability and subscription data, enhancing response time by 8%, reducing request failures by 30%. Again, like how I want to see how, right? It seems like right now the sentence kind of feels like you have this API, you manage it, but there is a stat here that makes me think that you did something cool. So I want to see that. Deployed the platform on Vercel, configuring secure CI/CD pipelines and occurring up to 5 times user load during peak hours. Focused on solving real-time booking delays and efficiency in urban transportation through a scalable web platform. Okay. Cool. Okay. Desi Q&A. What? Desi Q&A. What is Q&A? Develop a student payment dashboard to help admin users track and manage student fee records and transaction history, improving operational efficiency by 10%. Built a responsive front-end admin panel using React.js and Tailwind CSS, resulting in 20% faster page and user interaction time. Nice. You can remove time, get rid of this white space, and just keep it one line. Implemented backend services using Node.js, Express, MongoDB, enabling secure CRUD application operations and reducing manual entry errors by 25%. Cool. Created and integrated RESTful APIs, foster and integrating data. Cool, awesome. Yeah, all great. Just remove the bolds. The font is a little bit weird. It feels kind of stretched out. So see if you can fix that. I think it's probably because you're using bold here. So remove all the bolds and then change this. Q&A, questions and answers. Okay, then in that case, I would capitalize A. Okay, so there's this GitHub logo here, right? It feels inconsistent with the rest of this app. Can we lie in resume? No. Absolutely never lie in the resume. Provided having deep knowledge on the topic to tackle interviewer. What? What does that mean? Okay. Dreamscape AI. This Dreamscape AI. Why is it twice? You don't need to add it twice. You can just write link and then add the link if that's what that is. Build a full stack AI image generator using text to image APIs, enhancing user engagement by 30%. Which model did you use? Built using Next.js app with dynamic routing. Don't do that. I guess it's fine. Reducing initial load time by 25%. Implemented secure. Okay, here's a tip for you. I know that you took the quantifiable measurement, but you went too far with it. I see that there is a measurement, there's like a number in every single line. That feels not authentic, to be very honest with you. So reduce the number of numbers you have. It's great that you added quantifiable numbers, but when you have it on every line, it feels not honest. Implementing peer-to-peer communication via socket.io, connection latency by 20. Again, like you don't need to write everywhere, right? Like, how do you know that you reduce it by 20%? Improving mobile accessibility by 25%. It just feels there are too many numbers. Yes, exactly, in this resume. Then it feels not authentic, right? But yeah, overall, I think you did a great job of highlighting your skills. I do want to see the hows more because you do talk about increasing booking. You have a lot of numbers in here. So that can raise a lot of questions because you have a number on everything. So yeah, just remove the number of numbers, change the formatting a bit. Too many bolds in here. Fix the formatting here. Add house. And then move experience at the top instead of technical skills. You can move technical skills at the bottom here. Cool. I hope that was helpful. Who's next? Please tell me how to improve logic, how I make project without watching videos. The more you build it, the more it becomes a muscle memory. So if you want to improve your logic, just keep building more and more stuff. Then it becomes automatic in your mind. Okay, I won't have time to go through all these resumes. Thank you so much for submitting them, though. Hopefully, we can do another session, and hopefully we can do another session, and we can go through some of these resumes at that time. But I'm hoping that the tips that I'm sharing would be helpful for everybody. And if you are noticing the same problems in your resume, you can use them as well. Okay, let's take a look at Ritesh, principal front-end engineer. Let's see. Okay, so I in the US you want to keep one resume page. I don't know about India. If that is the case, then keep it this way. If it's not, like if one page is preferred in India, then maybe get rid of some of these other responsibilities, awards and certificates. Like maybe reduce the number of awards and certificates, and maybe the summary as well. Okay, Tailwind. Is W capital of Tailwind? It feels like it's capital. Is it just me? No, it's fine. Framework Motion Turbo Repo. Okay, cool. So, principal engineer, software development engineer. Wait, what? Oh, I'm guessing you got promoted from software engineer 3 to principal engineer 1. I would just keep principal engineer. Same with here. Like, I would just keep the latest title. Where is my chat? I have seen too many resumes with 2 pages. Is it allowed? Should I increase the spacing between the lines? Yes, increase the spacing between the lines. How to increase ATS score? Honestly, I don't know how to increase ATS score. You can tailor your resume to the job. You can copy some of the keywords that they have so your thing matches what they are looking for. I don't know. I've never focused on the ATS score like that. और इंग्लिश कैसे इम्प्रूव की जाए ये बता दें इंग्लिश मूवीज देख के सिर्फ कॉन्वर्सेशन लाइक दैट्स ऑल Okay, let's keep going. Is Ritesh in the chat? If you are, please say hello. Okay, let's keep going. Architected, is it Cybolts? Design system with React and Tailwind in collaboration with UX. Oh, hey, Ritesh. In collaboration with UX, user experience. What do you mean by in collaboration with UX? I think you mean the UX team. Enabling consistent UI patterns across 5+ products. That's cool. If it's a design system, you probably have like number of developers as well. So I would say impacting how many developers. Let's design development management for the third party risk management platform, build on design system plus transact router, generating a minimum of 4K plus customer. That's awesome. I think the font is a little bit weird. It's feeling like it feels a little hard to view. I'd also move this bullet point just a little bit on the left, right underneath that principal, to keep it more aligned with the left margin. Development led the threat intelligence platform product, contributed over 2 million revenue within 8 months of launch. Okay, so what is this? I would like to know that. There's a lot of white space in here, so you can fill up that space by talking about what is the threat intelligence platform that does and contributed over 2 million revenue within 8 months of launch, right? Champion adoption of TypeScript, TanStack router, and TanStack query across the UI or standardizing practices, improving developer velocity. That's amazing. And then you can also write by doing this, right? You like probably had some sessions, you probably like talk to some teams, you probably wrote documentation, like write all of that. Created a high performance filter component used across 50 plus modules to improve majority and reuse. Consolidated 3 Next.js apps into a turbo repo. I think this one I feel like you can remove because this feels like less important than everything else that you've done. Unless if you feel otherwise. Consolidated 3 Next.js apps into a turbo repo monorepo, migrated builds to RSpec, RSbuild, reducing build times by 90%. This is really cool. I would actually move this up. I would move this before champion adoption. Okay. Book My Show Bangalore, deliver and maintain the Book My Show website, serve millions of users. So this needs more info on what this website does. Deliver and maintain the website, like what is that you did? Either you can get rid of this line completely, or you can talk about exactly which part of the app you did. Architecture schema, or if you did the whole app, then you can talk about that as well. Architecture schema driven server-side rendered events page for Book My Show with integrated A/B testing and analytics, improving page load performance by 30%. That's amazing. Reduce seat layout, rendering time, and payload by over 50%, improving performance and UX. By how? How did you do this? Implemented PWA service worker for offline ticket access and caching. That's great. Migrate images to ImageKit, reducing CDN costs by 75%. I want to say a little bit more here. Is it just because you move from some provider to some other provider and reduce cost? In that case, you can talk about like provided ways to reduce cost by migrating to a lower cost CDN and reduce cost by 75%, something like that. Or if you did something else, or like optimized images and that reduced cost, so you can put that as well. Optimize overall site payload by 70% and mentor junior engineers. So mentor junior engineers is a new line. Optimize overall site payload is great, and it needs a little bit more description. Overall, your experience is very solid. It just needs a little bit more description to make it stand out. You've done really cool work. You just need to like add a little bit more to show that. Okay. Implement CI/CD pipelines, found bulk trains, okay, so this seems like not a lot of stuff in here. So maybe add more stuff. Like this is really impressive, but then this doesn't have much. So maybe add a little bit more. You can keep like 2 bullet points, but just make sure that they are very solid bullet points. Same with this. You can either get rid of these as well. You don't need to write like your entire job history. This is also just one line, so get rid of it. So this feels like it's a solid accomplishment, but it's not worded that way. So I would change the wording, maybe ask ChatGPT to make this more impactful. and you're still contributing to this. So yeah, this is good that you put your open source contributions. That's amazing to see. You can move it before education even, and then add projects. So maybe talk about like what the project actually does, and then what your contribution to that is. So maybe like make it a little bit more polished. Cool. Okay. I have time to do just one more. I have 5 minutes left. AWS to image kit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I definitely put that if you want to. That's good stuff to see. I'm a front-end developer when my company has made mandatory use of Copilot. I hardly code now. How to excel my skills is front-end developer worth leaning right now. Yeah, I mean, like Copilot is just an assistant, right? Like if you're making Copilot write all of your code, then what are you doing? Then you'll be the first one to get kicked out, right? So, so giving example of what Ritesh did, like some of these things that a principal engineer has done, Copilot can't do that, right? Like you reduce the cost, you improve performance optimization. Copilot can write your code, but it can't suggest you that stuff. So now as engineers, as front-end developers, or even full stack engineers, you gotta start thinking about not just writing features and like building features, but how does this fit in the overall application? How is this going to scale? Those fundamental core principles still stay the same. Actually, I interviewed the React core team at Meta, and Seth Webster, who is the leader of that React core team, had a really great response, and I want to share that with you. First, we have to watch the ad. I think this is the one.
Getting in there and actually write code. But I would definitely get on board. I think 5 time because that's what AI empowers you to.
Okay, this is the one.
Are going to get better. Use size.
Okay, I think you can just scrub back yourself. But this is, I highly recommend you watch this. I asked them the same question, like, should you learn React or frontend in 2025 in the age of AI? And that is what they said. So definitely watch this. Okay. I'm also full. Thanks a lot for the review. You got it, Ritesh. Thank you for sending your resume. Really great skills and job. Really great, really solid resume and really cool stuff that you've done in your career. So thank you for sending it. Can fresher get front-end dev job? Yes. I'm a front-end developer. Can I get a job? Yes. Cloud computing versus web development और जैसा आप English बोल रही हैं बस ऐसा आ जाए. Sure, thanks for sharing the link and your thoughts. Means a lot. You got it, Aryan. Cloud computing versus web development. Okay. Folks, when you share the same message over and over again, it becomes spammy. So don't do that in anybody's videos. Okay, I will have 5 minutes to do one more resume. So let's do that. Third year resume. This is my first resume. Please review it. I want internship for web dev and cloud computing. Cool. Okay. What is this hack XXX? I think the font can change. There is a lot of italics here. You don't need to write italics in here. You don't need to write your interests. I would not. I would want to see. I don't want to see your interest as in like this is what I'm interested in. I want to see what you have done in AI ML using Python, AI automation, right? So I want to see what you've done instead of this is what my interests are, right? Like I'm not sure if this is something that you've done or that's just something you want to do. And then skills, this stuff can go in separate lines, and remove the italics. Google Developer Group, web team member, build and deploy the official website for Pixel Designathon. Remove the bolds using React.js, Tailwind CSS, using custom domain to ensure when to remove. Success of contribute success for 24 hour hackathon with 20 plus team registered by web demo and proposing registration. Okay, so here you're a web team member, right? So you're talking about this is what you did for the app. Everything else is kind of you helping with the organization. This is the only line it seems, and maybe this one as well. But this is the only line that it seems it's talking about like your web development experience. So I want to see more of these lines. I want to see exactly what you did. I want to see, did you implement, did you think about a design and implemented it? Did you implement a Figma design? Like what is that you did? So I want to see more of that detail here. And then, like I said, instead of bolding, you can add a tech stack line here. React.js, Tailwind CSS, you don't need to add that here. See, one thing that's important is like your resume's format should be consistent throughout. So for example, you have hackathon ticket system here, but you don't have the like date. You also don't need to put the location. You can just put web team member and then your day, your timeline. Developed a full featured event registration. Built a dynamic admin panel to view. This is great. And search functionality, designed a responsive extra space here. User-friendly interface with smooth navigation across pages. This is great. You can put React Tailwind CSS right here at the bottom. You can also write what your role in this was. Is it a personal project? Is it like something that you are contributing to? Extra space here. Otherwise, great. Secured this. Why is there a semicolon here? It needs a new line. Participated in cybersecurity. Organized. New lines for all of this. Yeah, otherwise, great. I think you need some projects. You need some more description of your projects. I hate when this happens. You need some more description of your projects. Your GitHub, you can link actually right up at the top. You want to talk a little bit more about which app you're using, like which tech you're using within the sentence itself. So full featured event registration platform in React.js with form validation, with a library or inbuilt form validation or something that you did yourself. So talk a little bit more in depth about what you did. Hopefully that was helpful. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if there is you guys want another round of this. We can certainly do that. And we also, like I said, host resume reviews within Discord as well, just offline. So if you want more one-on-one guideline, or if there's something that you've been wanting to ask but you're too shy to like say that here, you can come and talk to us in our Discord. When will be the next session? Suggest this one. I haven't decided the date yet, but I will let you know in Discord for sure. How's the weather in your place? It's beautiful and shiny. But who wants to see Pepper? Pepper is also here. There she is. She likes to sleep in the sun. What do you think about getting into Fast API? Fast API is super popular. So, yeah, try it out. Hi, Pepper. Pepper, say hi. Pepper's like, I need to sleep. Is it cold there just like in India? It is cold. Can you post topics in detail? How much JS is required for React? You need to know some JS. You don't. Okay, no, actually, I rephrase. Oh, I have a really great. Okay, you need to know JavaScript fundamentals to learn React. I would actually focus first on JavaScript fundamentals before I move on to React. Actually, I would focus on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript fundamentals. Now, there is a really great course that I found on Scrimba. Let me just share that with you. Are you reviewing resumes right now? I'm done reviewing resumes for this session, about to end the session actually. But I will review it in the future, and then we'll also do another review session within our community as well. But hold on, there is a really great course that I found that I want to share that actually has everything that you need to know. It has HTML, CSS, it has AI, it has backend, it has frontend, it has React, it has Node. This is a really great course. Let me share this. Okay. For LinkedIn profile link. What? Full stack developer course. This is on Scrimba. It has a bunch of different things that you need to know. But maybe we'll. I see your message, Sumit. Like, I'm unable to find front end job. Can you guide me how to search? Maybe we'll do another session on like what resumes are you using and what jobs are you applying for? Because I am guessing what's missing. Thank you, Olivia. I'm guessing what's missing is that you are. Your profiles are not matching what the people are asking for. So number one, use the tricks that or the tips that I shared today, and see if you can tailor your resume better according to based on every job that you're applying for. And then number two, like, you probably need more projects, so build more projects. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much, folks, for joining me. I hope this session was helpful. If this was, please let me know in the chat. Hit that like button so I know this resonated with you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It really, really helps my channel. My goal is to get to, where are we? 28K today. My goal is to get to 40K by the end of November. And we are only at 28K. We are very close to it. So thank you so much for supporting me, and I will see you soon. Bye.